Hi, Lacey. How is everything going? Talk to me about how things have been going.
They've been going good. The visuals that I'm using are really helping my friend I've got one who's ID and one who's autistic in the same group. So those visuals are really helping just get their thoughts out about books we're reading and just helping them get thoughts on paper too. So I'll give them sentence stems or, just tell me what's happening here and see if they can say it out loud and see if they can write it down in their notebook.
So, talk to me. How do you know they are working for those kiddos?
They're just able to get complete thoughts down on the paper without so many prompts when I have those visuals laid out and they have something to refer back to instead of trying to retrieve it, from their own memory, just having it there so that they can reference it when they're trying to get their thoughts down has really helped a lot.
Talk to me about how the balance of that LLI and the phonics programming is going.
It's good. I've got the phonics kind of as my primary thing that I make sure I get done, just because I feel like the importance of having that phonics foundation is going to be more important than, I feel like I need to be reading with them every single day too, but I feel better about getting the phonics done. And if we don't get to the whole reading comprehension part, then, I feel like it's more of a priority to work on the phonics. So the LLI, it may or may not happen. We usually get at least 2 done a week. So they're getting at least 2 books and we can, talk about those books in 2 different sessions. So that's working okay. I was doing like multiple choice questions for my autistic friend, but just so that he could, recall it rather than, or what is that? I'm thinking I've got a word in my head and I can't figure it out. It's like recall versus retrieve, I guess.
Yes, yeah, retrieve it. Yeah.
That multiple choice is just helping him answer the questions. He's a lot more accurate, obviously, than if I just ask him verbally and expect an answer. Because of that, he might just tell me what he sees on the picture, or he might just parrot my question. So the multiple choice was helping a lot, but I was able to kind of back away from that and see that he's done okay. It just kind of ebbs and flows. It's not real consistent right now without that multiple choice. But yeah, so phonics is my main concern.
So you saw some success with that multiple choice with him.
Yeah.
What else have you seen some success with him? Because he was your concern the last time we talked.
Yeah, he just wants to stay in class. So like today he was upset. He knows the routine. You expect for them to want a routine and he knows what we're going to do, but he's upset still a lot of times coming down here for his second session because of his minutes and the way that the schedule is. He has to come. He comes right after lunch, then they have a recess, then he comes right after recess. So even though he knows what to expect, he's all upset. So I kind of need to work on that. I don't know.
What are some ideas that you have for that you're thinking?
Well, I just today cut out a few different colors of like cardstock, because we give them three warnings before we tell them, okay, we're going to have to change your color, which we have a color system here. So I was hoping having that visual, if we start taking the plus signs off the board and he sees one go away, well, that's just the first warning, but he just overreacts. And so I was hoping having that green on the table would just show him, you're still on green. We don't need to talk about this over and over, that you might get yellow. Anybody might get yellow today. It's okay. So we'll see how that works since that's new. Just showing him this is still green. You lose those 2, you're going to be on yellow, because he might sit here for an hour and not work with my partner teacher on the math. Like he won't do anything. So, we'll see if that visual helps him, hopefully.
So you have a visual for him. Have you had a visual schedule for him?
We did last year. He doesn't know the routine. He just doesn't want to come in here because I do social skills with him too. And we were talking about emotions today. He's not familiar with that word, but we were naming some emotions and talking about it. And I told him, you were so upset when you got in here today. why were you so sad? And he says he doesn't want to come in here. And I don't know, I want to assume the expectation's higher in here because we're working at his level, you know, especially design and instruction. The expectations are a lot higher. Whereas in gen ed, he kind of just fades to the background, and the other 22 kids are, you know, kind of take precedence. If he can't keep up, then the teachers do what they can to support him, and he's got different things in place there. I just don't know really how much they're used, but I think it's the higher expectation. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't want to work. If we didn't have to work, yeah, that'd be great.
Right. So what are some things that you can do to support his transition? And you talked about you had the visuals. Can you think of anything else that might help support his transition?
I've been trying to use his reinforcement system more frequently, like reinforce, you know, more consistently, more quickly between times that he has a token economy that we have in place where he gets a prize if he fills it up, and it's 5 little Minecraft pictures because that's what he was into. Back there. Nosy.
Okay.
So I don't know. I've noticed that's helping a little bit more with just, I guess, complying and trying to stay focused. I'm not really sure what we'll do. I don't know if starting with I mean, they get a lot of breaks in here because they are in here for so long. So I don't know if starting with the break would just backfire, you know?
That's something to try.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt him so that he can come in and kind of settle in and know that he's now in a different expectation.
Yeah.
And that might be something to try. It sounds like that's a new idea that you could try.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound logical since he just had recess, but I guess if that's what's going to make him happy, then that's worth a try.
And he might be kind of keyed up from recess.
Yeah.
It's time to kind of come back down.
Yeah.
And transitions are often hard for students with autism. And so he just it sounds like he's having a difficult time. And so it makes your instruction more difficult for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get together later and we'll talk about how those strategies worked for him and see if there's something else that we might try. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, Lacey.
Thank you.